Welcome back to Waffles RC. Today is a maintenance day. Fix all the ones that I broke. So out of these, I'm going to try and fix the ones that I can, and then just clean up the ones that I can't and get them ready to be fixed. So in my opinion, this is the reality of the RC world, especially if you take them out and treat them the way that I treat them. I like to have fun, and sometimes having fun means you break stuff. But when you know you're going to break stuff, it's always good, especially when you're buying everything on a budget already, when you break a drive shaft. It's good to have some spares. This right here is why I buy the budget stuff. Are these more prone to break because they are cheaper? Yeah, I mean, that's what happened with this one. Just came apart. But I have plenty of spares. First one on the chopping block will be the mud truck. So what happened with this one, the moment I gave it any throttle, the drive shaft just fell apart because it has these springs in here that are supposed to hold the pins in. Didn't have much faith in this because I kind of pieced it together from the axle shafts off of a Traxxas Slash. So I didn't have much faith in it, so I was not surprised in any way that that broke off. So we are going to put a new one in. This one was the spare drive shaft that I had for the tow truck, thinking, oh, that thing's going to tow a lot. It'll break drive shafts. And it's the only one that has not broken a drive shaft yet. Hopefully this one will fit. On how to keep the screws inside of there, somebody taught me, so I'm going to give it a shot. So the trick that I was taught, well, that someone told me, a Mr. Percival, I will not read out his full name, but I just wanted to give him a shout out and a thank you for the idea. That's what I love about this community. Everybody just shares ideas. His idea was to not only do the Loctite on the axle pins, but to also get the right size. To put a piece of heat shrink over it after you Loctite it, shrink it down. It's another way to hold the pin in there. I wanted to share it all with you guys. He left it in the comments, so thank you very much, Mr. Percival. I truly do appreciate it. So this will be the first one that gets this. The rest of them are going to get it too. Hopefully that'll make the drive shafts last a little bit longer. Just put this on to see if it would fit, and it's a bit too long. I could try one of these other ones, which might be a smart idea. So this one was a little too long. That one's, I don't even know if you can see a black glove, black drive shaft. You get the idea. Got a shorter one. We'll see if that works. And it does. I think I'm just gonna rock that one and see what happens. Yep, seems to work so far. So I like to test fit them before putting Loctite and now the heat shrink. I like to test fit them all first. Just make sure nothing binds up, nothing hits anything. Better safe than sorry, because once you Loctite it all, then it's just a pain. This may not be the best video for everybody. It's just a maintenance video, but this is the reality of these things. They're gonna break. You gotta fix them. Even the expensive ones, no matter what everybody says or what anybody says, they're gonna break. Now, the expensive ones may break less often than mine, but I also beat mine up a lot harder. So it's kind of a give and take. Cheap and breaking all the time, or damaging, but beating the ever-living snot out of them and having super fun time, or very expensive, maybe not breaking as often, but being careful, not rolling it, stuff like that. Not really what I'm into. All right, all I'm doing here, measuring just a little bit. Two of those accurately, of course. Proper measuring. Slide that on over. It's always the hard part with this truck. Made everything a little bit tight fitting. But when this thing works, it is a lot of fun. Actually, once I get this drive shaft on, I'll take it out and slap a camera on it for you guys. Shrink. Pretty neat idea. Thank you, sir. I really do appreciate that. And I hope everybody else follows along. He did say to use marine grade. I do not have marine grade. So we'll see how long this lasts. So if it doesn't last, it's completely on me. All right, so here's the mud truck. Let's see if that camera stays on long enough. And for those of you who are wondering why the mud truck is not good at crawling, here's why. Brakes work a little too good. Well, that was fun. So we'll just turn it off and put it away now that it works. Figure out how to do it. Now I know in the comments, this is a very popular truck. I built it all myself. Well, frame. It is body. It's a Sen Racing F250 body. You can use a 450 body if you really want. I went with the 250. Being that this one is quite popular in the comments, we will take it out and we'll get it in the mud. We just had a good rainstorm, so get it out as soon as I can. Remember, I have a job still, so it's got to be on the weekends, but I'll get some mud. We'll get some good footage of this thing going out. I hope you enjoyed the footage that I just did because, well, I like playing. So that's why this isn't a crawler. So we'll put this one away, get the next one. But first I'll give you guys a quick close-up of it. Built the whole frame, did a drop transfer case. It's just a regular transfer case that I mounted sideways. Got AR60 axles. I welded the frame up, all the tubing, made some inner fenders just to protect all the electronics from the mud. Not that it's gonna help it, but it was worth a try. It's all made of steel, nice and heavy. Thing is a lot of fun. Still working on it. 3-gear transmission that goes down through the chassis to the transfer case, and then out each end of the transfer case down to the axles. Figured I'd give you a little bit closer up of it. Yeah, that looks good. And next up on the maintenance, snorkel came out. There we go. Okay, fixed. Because, you know, important things. And yes, I'm gonna get rid of the zip tie, I know. Yummy. So this one, drive shaft not connected. So get that off. That's gonna be fun to get to. See what we can make out of all of our spare drive shafts everywhere. That'll do it. That'll keep you from driving anywhere. Good job, babe. Proud of you. So, let's see what we can make from all of this. So we need this one, because it's the right length for this one. Obviously, it's missing that bit in there. So, I'm take this one apart, put it in there. Is this the correct way to do it? No. Is it the way that I'm doing it? Absolutely. That's going. Slowly. Alright, we'll be back after I finish this. That was a lot more work than it should have been, but got it out. It's like a law that when you want something to do something, it won't do it. But when you don't want it to do something, like, say, this little pin right here falling out while you're on the trail, it will fall out. But when you're trying to take it out, most stubborn thing in the world. Now I'll put it all back together. Got it on there. Went together much quicker than I did coming apart. All right. Now that I've calmed down a little bit, put this back in here. Fair warning. Take the pin out first. It helps. Now I know this video may not do very well, just because all it is some guy takes his RCs into places where they shouldn't go because it's fun. It's not exactly riveting content, but these are the things that you have to do after you take them all out. You have to go through, clean everything, re-grease it if necessary, if you need to, if it's been a while. This one's new, so I'm not even going to worry about it. So if you look here, axle's moving side to side. It's because there's 2 loose bolts. Whoever built this didn't think of maintenance. Oops, sorry. All that fun stuff. Right in the way where you can't get to it all. There we go. Check the front just to be certain. It was just as bad. From where I sit, I've been watching a lot of YouTube. It's kind of what got me into, well, everything. But YouTube RC world, this is the stuff that I never see. Like, I see people doing some maintenance here and there, but never like this. And depending on how this video does, there might be a reason for that. For people that are new, trying to get into the hobby, this is the reality. Not just take them out, do whatever you want with them, and hope they come back in one piece. That's a little better. So like I said, this video may not do very well, but you got to do this stuff. You're gonna break it. Maybe you'll be lucky and you'll build it better than me. Man, that looks good. I have to work on that. Almost every time I take these things out, I got to do something to them. Just got to do a quick once over, fix the things that need to be fixed, clean them out. It happens. But when you take these and use them for what they're for, and not just 10 minutes at a time, and take them out for hours at a time, stuff comes loose. It happens. This one will be quick and easy, if I find the right socket. There we go. That might slow you down a little bit. See? Maintenance is boring, but necessary. All good. maintenance. The whole plate's loose. Okay. This one's all done. Oop. No, it's not. Okay. Now it's all done. Same thing. Maintenance. This is the one that injured me, but yet I'm going to take care of it. Wow. Drove through some water, a little bit of moss on everything. Cool. Pretty much everything is full of moss, so let's do a quick time lapse and skip over all this for you guys. So that is the reality of if you're going to take these things in the water. That's why you got to do maintenance. You don't want that stuff staying in there. Got it all out. Everything looks good. Drive shafts are perfectly rusted, and I'm okay with that. They still move. We can do something for that, I guess. Let's see. Perfect. In my philosophy of these things, spraying WD-40 on the drive shaft the way to stop the rusting? No, not at all. But it will work for the time being. If I knew how to put on a tire. This one's gonna need new foams, so I gotta find those. Some tricky editing. This will be like NASCAR speed for you guys. See how fast that was? Yes, I know it's not tricky editing, but for somebody who doesn't do editing all the time, I consider that tricky. Now that one's done. Alright, so that was the quick maintenance of what you should be doing after you go on a trip with these things. When you take them out, especially if you do water crossings, you definitely want to go through everything. But even rocks, like, you gotta go through and retighten stuff. Even if you're using lock nuts and Loctite, it's just better to check. I have that knowledge personally because of the big trucks. Usually before you go out, you do a pre-check, and then when you come back, you do an afterwards. These things are the same way, but in my case, it's pack them up, let one of them tear your finger off, or part of your finger, come back, then fix them, and see what's wrong with them. So, don't be me. Do your proper checks, especially when you bring them back. Just go through them, tighten everything up, so that way you know next time you go out, you've already gone through it. So, we'll see how this video does. I do have a question for everybody real quick. First, I'm going to preface this with, I'm not a drawer, so hold all your judgment. But it's a good thing. I can build better than I can draw. So this is for the people who will pay attention to the end of these videos. The next build that I have on the list, I'm debating between two different styles, and I want your guys' opinion. I want to see what you think. So it's going to be a hauler, and I'm going to build a trailer. And of course, I'll film the whole thing. But I'm going to make a trailer plus a truck that's towing everything, but the truck will also haul one of these as well. I'm trying to figure out the style. I'm debating back and forth, so I want to see your guys' opinions. So should I do Yes, look at that expert drawing right there. Should I do a ramp style like this, where the truck, just pretend it's a truck, okay? Where it goes like that, kind of sits there. And yes, you're not wrong. It will be a 6-wheel drive, possibly with adjustable suspension. We'll see. So should I do that one, or should I do this one, which is more of a flatbed style, where the truck, vroom vroom, sits on the flatbed, also still being a 6x6. So now remember, it does have to tow a trailer, and it's going to be a long trailer, because the trailer is going to tow 2 RCs. The truck will have 1. Let me know what you guys think. Leave it in the comments. I'll start counting it up and see who goes with what, and I'll make a decision. I'm already collecting all the parts for it, waiting on the body. That's going to be cool. Fully metal, possibly adjustable suspension, because, well, we did it with that and it's turned out really awesome. So let me know what you guys think, which one. I'll count them all up and we'll see which one we're going to build. Thanks for watching. I know this wasn't the funnest video, but this is the reality. Have a good one.